Attribute number 8, generosity, part 2, meditation number 32. God supplies much more than what we need. Psalm 23:5. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. What is wonderful about this attribute? The supply God gives always overflows our capacity to receive it. If we don't have enough of something we need, it's never because God failed to supply enough. That means there is no limit to how much enjoyment we can have. All we have to do to receive more is increase our capacity. When there is an unending fountain, the drinker can have more simply by enlarging his cup. There's never a chance of getting a container too large to be filled. This is why our joy will increase forever in heaven. It's not merely that we'll be joyful forever, but our joy will never stop expanding. God is infinite, and we are finite, so even though our knowledge will be perfectly accurate on our first day in heaven, 1 Corinthians 13:12, we will not on that day or ever be omniscient, knowing everything. We will not have infinite joy or infinite anything else, which means since there's always infinite supply, we will be able to increase forever. After 20 billion years of ever-expanding, unmixed joy in heaven, you will come around a corner and experience a view of God's glory more fantastic and thrilling than any you have ever experienced before, and be more joyful still. That will never end. What effect would it have on your heart if you were to consciously experience God's unlimited grace today? Experiencing this attribute. In your happiest moments in life, when your heart is full to the top, remember that there is much, much more joy to be had. Even when you are at your happiest, still, there are capacities of joy infinitely beyond what you're experiencing. And as you grow in the Lord, your capacity for joy expands. Your cup enlarges, which means in the future you will be able to be even happier than you are now. Babies never cry for joy because they never experience happiness profound enough to move them to tears. If you give them a shallow pleasure they desire right now, a cookie or toy or being held, their enjoyment of that is the extent of their capacity for joy. It is a joy that lasts only a moment, that pales in comparison to even mild pain, and is quickly forgotten. The kind of joy a man has the moment he says, "I do," or when he sees his first child come into the world, can move him to uncontrollable tears. No amount of cookies or toys could generate that in the soul of a baby. The capacity is simply not there yet. All of us in this life are like that baby. Even when we are moved to uncontrollable tears of joy, compared to where we are headed, our joy is shallow and momentary. The joy of marriage or fatherhood or some great success or the deepest love, the joy you have in those things now is small and weak and short-lived compared to what is coming. Father, as I move through this day, whenever I have a sense of lacking, not enough time, not enough money, not enough sleep, remind me that you are a God who oversupplies. Thank you that at any moment of any day, no matter how satisfied or unsatisfied I am, I can be delighted by the thought, there is more than this. There is greater joy to be had, and it is coming. Expand my soul, dear God, to have greater capacity for joy, that I might glorify you more by rejoicing in you more. and guard me from the love affairs I'm prone to have with this world that have the effect of shrinking my cup and reducing my capacity for true joy. Think, what is your current capacity for joy? Is your soul capable of profoundly deep joy? Or have the cheap thrills of sin shrunken it to be so small that you rarely even experience any deep joy? Promises to trust today. Psalm 23:6. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life. Psalm 4:7. You have filled my heart with greater joy than when their grain and new wine abound. Isaiah 66:14. Your heart will rejoice, and you will flourish like grass. The hand of the Lord will be made known to his servants, but his fury will be shown to his foes.